Hey people, doing my weekly vlog here and getting ready to go to my group therapy. Backing out of my driveway very carefully and slowly. I don't want to accidentally run over anything or anybody because school just got out, so we've got a bunch of kids walking, riding bikes and scooters up and down my street. It always makes me nervous backing out, but especially at this time of day. Okay. No accident bumps. This is why having one of those rear cameras would be really great right now. I wish that we could just get one installed in the cars that we already have. They're old. I don't believe in going into debt for cars at all. My husband and I don't. It's better and smarter to pay cash for just a used car and just run it to the ground, you know. But a lot of the newer features offered in these new cars are really cool, like really cool, and I can see why people are so tempted to get them. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my eyes are still sensitive. I had an eye injury a couple weeks ago. My son threw something and stabbed in my eye, made my eye bleed. I went to the ER. It's damaged my eye. I saw the ophthalmologist, and the ophthalmologist said that my vision is different than I used to have, like perfect vision, maybe slightly nearsighted, very, very slight. Didn't need glasses or anything. Maybe when my eyes get tired, I'd use reading glasses and stuff. But with this eye injury, my right eye is still slightly nearsighted. My left eye is now slightly farsighted. So it's ruined some of my eyesight permanently, and my eye will scar. It's still red, not blood red like it was before, but it's still noticeably red, and it still hurts. Like he said, it will hurt for a while because the inflammation in it makes so that anytime my eyes are like focusing and stuff, dilating and anything like that, you know, especially with light, it's gonna hurt because of, you know, how much inflammation is in there. And what's interesting is they don't patch eyes anymore because they have come to find out that that actually can damage the corneas. So they didn't patch my eye where it, you know, just a few years ago they would have patched it and kept it patched for a couple of weeks at least to protect it. Because if I were to damage my eye again right now, it would be catastrophic. I could lose my sight completely. I would end up probably needing surgery on it. I mean, there's a lot of bad things that could come of it. But anyway, I was told just to keep some good sunglasses on. These are my husband's. Mine were stolen, except for the cheap ones you usually see me wear. These ones actually work really well. It's wonderful. Anyway, my eyes are very sensitive still. They give me headaches and stuff. Anyway, while I was at the ophthalmologist, I told him about how my left eye is constantly watering and running. I don't know if you've noticed in past videos, you see me wiping my eye a lot, or, you know, dripping. And people are like, oh, are you okay? Because they think I'm crying, or there's like, oh, I've got allergies too. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, okay. Speaking of having to wipe an eye. So anyway, I told him that my eye runs a lot, and he's like, oh, yeah, it's probably just, you know, inflammation in your nose from allergies, and it's just, you know, pressing against the tear duct, so it's kind of partially blocking it, which will make your eyes water. And he says, you know, I wouldn't worry about it unless you're having to carry a tissue around and constantly wiping your eye. And I mean, he'd said it like, you know, that doesn't like ever happen except maybe if I'm old. And I was like, actually, that is exactly what it's like. It never stops running. I mean, I put my finger up there and it's always wet. And he's like, oh. So then he's like, okay, let's take a look at it. So he looks at it and he gets like this needle thing, little blunt tip needle. And he's like, he numbed my eyes and he tried to stick it in there to open up the tear duct or see if it was blocked or if there's something in it, because he's like, allergies or, you know, sometimes a fleck of dust or something can get in there and make it clog or something. So he's looking in there and he's like, oh, well, actually it's completely blocked. It looks like a membrane has sealed it shut. I was like, what? Ew, a membrane? Like, what the crap? He's like, it's gonna be uncomfortable. And I'll tell you what, it was weird, even though he'd numbed my eyes and stuff. The itching from the needles and the itching and the stinging was just, it was something else, man. It was crazy. Like, I was like wanting to reach up and just claw at my eye. I'd never felt anything so intense except, you know, severe allergies and stuff. What are those cops doing? Uh-oh. I hope he doesn't get me running a red light. Woo! Oh, now his lights are on. I'm so dumb. I went through, it didn't turn red until I was halfway through the intersection, which legally, that's not running a red light. He probably was just like, oh, she's got some balls to do that in front of me. I don't know what was going on. It looked like he was picking something up on the side of the road. It's a little weird, but hopefully it's no big deal, whatever it is. Anyway, I get distracted by police. I love police and what they stand for, but they make me so freaking nervous. I get so anxious. Anyway, so then he gets his sharper needle and he's trying to get in there. He's like, you have very narrow tear ducts. He's like, some people just have very narrow ones and you have very narrow. What is this person doing? Get out of the halfway mark, you doofus. Gosh, idiot driver. Ugh, he's like blocking the turn lane. Okay, traffic, I'm gonna have to wait now. So anyway, he gets the sharper needle and he's trying to stick it in there and you can tell he's really struggling. I could feel him like tugging at the skin right in here, a little bit in here, but mostly in this one. He said the right one was partially blocked, the left one completely blocked. And then he's like, I'll be right back. He had to go get like the seriously sharp needle thing and I could feel him literally stabbing it through that membrane. And he had to go in so deep behind my eye. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, if he wasn't an ophthalmologist where I knew that he knows what he's doing, I think I would have totally freaked the heck out on him because no one goes around my eyes. I don't go around, okay, maybe I, makeup, but seriously, when it comes to eyeballs, I can't do it. It just makes me sick. But for some reason, I was totally calm. I was totally cool. And I wasn't freaking out. I was just like, whoa, And if it wasn't for him putting the numbing stuff in and for the feeling not to be pain, but like an itching, I still feel itching in there and stinging. But when he was doing that, it was seriously intense. I would have lost it if I hadn't had, these other things helping me out, help me get through it. Plus, the room was really dark and he had a really bright light on there, so I could see him coming with the needle up to like a certain point, and then and then it was too bright for me to see him come like he was gonna stab my pupil. I mean, it didn't feel like really freaky dangerous. I mean, if he was going for like my eyeball, oh, I would have been sick. I probably would have puked on him. Luckily it was, in the tear duct area instead. So I endured that because I knew that it was going to bring some relief. And oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how much of a relief that was. Because my eyes always aching and feeling like pressure and stuff. And aside from the injury, this is just like from a month that it's been going on. And I've also noticed that it's kind of closing a little bit more, and I've got a darker circle under it. I just noticed it's been changing, and it hurts. It's really uncomfortable. So I'm like, maybe this will help. So it did. For a full like day and a half, it was just bliss. My eye did not run or water or anything at all. It was so wonderful. And then after a day and a half, I noticed it starting to slowly go back to dripping here and there, and I can feel it getting worse and worse again. And he did warn me that it could reseal, and that he'd probably have to go in and he said to call him and have me go in and he can redo it. But I didn't think it would happen this soon. Holy cow, just days after getting it done, I'm needing it redone. But ophthalmologists aren't cheap. This is horrible. It's changing the way I look, the way I feel, the way I function. It's annoying. So anyway, I'm having to take care of my eye because of the injury. I still use those steroid shots when needed, and which is pretty frequently still, although I don't use them very frequently. And I still get headaches from it, but and the vision thing, it drives me crazy. Like when I'm looking at something, I have to put on my reading glasses, but I have to like tilt my face like crooked so that I can see closer here and further here. I didn't realize that's what I was doing until after he told me I was nearsighted, farsighted, which makes sense why I'm tilting my head. Like that's why I'm having to do that. You know, since the injury, I've had to do that. So I'm like, whoa, okay, that makes sense. Like why I'm having to compensate for that freaking annoyance. It's not bad enough to even need glasses. It's just going to be something annoying I have to deal with for the rest of my freaking life until I get old, and then my eyes get worse, and then I need glasses, which happened to pretty much all my grandparents. So anyway, that's something fun I get to live with now. It's just something I have to adjust to and learn to live with. It's just what it is. I'm just so grateful that I didn't need to have eye surgery and stitches and stuff, because that's what I was really concerned about. And I was really concerned that my vision would get worse and worse because of the injury, but he said it was fine. Anyway, I didn't think I was going to go on and on about my eye. That wasn't my plan for this vlog, but there you have it. I mean, what can happen when something gets stabbed into your eye? Luckily, it didn't go all the way through. It went through the cornea and the pupil and stuff, which is bad enough. But anyway, no infections or anything, which is amazing and wonderful and a huge relief. I was going to talk about Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why. I read his book, Find Your Why, first, and then because I didn't know he had a book, Start With Why, and then I discovered it, and I was like, oh, wow, I love Start With Why. I think I'm going to reread both his books again. So incredibly inspiring, and just, wow, I need to do a video about those books, because it's amazing. I just referred it to like a whole bunch of people, and they're probably thinking I'm spamming them, but it is what it is. So anyway, there's an update on my eyeball. Probably boring topic. Heck, I'm probably always boring. Gotta talk to somebody. You're kind of my journal. You guys are kind of my journal. Anyway, love you all. I hope that I can get more subscribers. I get more and then I lose some, and get more and lose some. It's kind of weird, but slowly going up. I'd like my videos to know if y'all like any of the topics I'm covering. I love it when you, my friends, comment on my videos. It's fun to read what you have to say and reply, and I really appreciate it when you can share my videos. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. I'm kind of distracted right now. Okay, love ya. Talk to y'all later. Bye.